Choose your language.
Choisissez votre langue. Français.
English.
Restoring game. Loading. Please wait. London. Home of Big Ben. Buckingham Palace. Covent Garden, the Thames, and the oldest underground train system in the world. And you're going to drive it. The London Underground is iconic. Serving 1.34 billion passengers a year, this train system runs for 400 kilometres all round London. This game's pretty simple, really. All you've got to do is learn how to drive a train. Press any key to skip this introduction. So, how do you drive a train? Well, as I guess you've not driven a train before, I'd suggest going to the missions and doing mission 1, which is driver school. Driver school is where you go to learn all the things you need to do to drive a train. Once you've learned how to drive a train, complete missions, and do scheduled runs to earn badges, and compete against other players. You're judged on your safety and customer service scores. And don't forget to check out the online scoreboard found at ndadamson.com. So, enough of this, let's drive a train.
Main menu. Missions. Scheduled run. Review current scores. Review achieved badges. Review outstanding badges. Set up online score profile. Change time mode to 12-hour. Disable unit announcements. Reset game progress and preferences. Disable unit. Change time mode. Main menu. Change time mode to disable unit and reset game pro. Choose your language. Exit. Missions.
Select mission. Driver school. Select a lesson. Lesson 1. Driving basics. Lesson 2. Stopping at a station. Lesson 3. Bringing it all together. Lesson 4. Depots. Lesson 5. External events. Lesson 6. Reviewing a run.
Exit.
Lesson 1. Hi and welcome to Driver School. It's my job to teach you to drive a train. The school is split into a series of lessons. To skip to the next lesson, hit the escape key. Some of your time you will spend here in our classroom, but most of your time you'll be out there on the test track. So, your train. You'll be learning to drive an electrically powered tube train. The train has a maximum speed of 80 km per hour, is fitted with a platform detection system and automatic public announcement systems. Most functions can be operated using shortcut keys, although there is a menu-driven onboard computer. You've not come here to hear me talk, let's get out there on the test track. Driver's cab. Okay, so you're now inside your cab. The cab is where you will spend most of your time. However, if you want, you can change your point of view. Using the left and right arrow keys, you can change the point of view to the cab, where we are now, the passenger compartment, and you can also get an external point of view. Along the track and at each of your stations, there is a viewing point. This is where your external view comes from, so you'll hear the train pass you. Be aware though, if you're in any of the views other than the cab, you may miss important alarms and alerts. Why don't you try changing the perspective? When you're ready to move on, hit escape. Passenger carriage. External. Driver's cab. Let's have a look at your trip computer. There are 3 menus or screens you can access. To move between them, use the C key. To move up and down the screens, use comma, up or period to go down. Some options on your menus can be activated. To do this, push enter. None of the options on the timetable screen can be activated. They are information only. When you're on a route, this screen will show you where you currently are, along with the times at the next set of stations. On our test track, it doesn't show an awful lot. Use C to find the timetable screen and then comma and full stop to move up and down. When you're ready, push escape to move on. Timetable view.
Simulated platform.
10 hours to AM.
Simulated platform.
10 hours 18 AM.
Simulated platform.
10 hours 34 AM. Public address system view. Train state timetable view. The PA announcement page gives you access to the public address system. Use comma and full stop to go up and down the available announcements. If you want to make the announcement, push enter. The quickest way to access the announcements are to use the numbers across the top of your keyboard or the number pad. The APA, Automatic Public Announcement System, is shortcut 1. It changes depending on what you're doing and where you are. If you're pulled up in a station, it will announce where you are. If you're driving, it will announce the next station. Why not have a play using your menus, push C to get onto the right page, and options 1 through 9 as the shortcut keys to see what announcements are available. Push escape to move on. Public address system view. APA.
This is simulated platform. This is a test track service to simulated platform.
Ready to depart. The train status screen. You can use the train status screen to turn off and on various train systems. Each option on the screen also has a shortcut key. Move to the train status screen using C and use full stop and comma to have a look around. For each of the options found, push enter on it and I'll tell you what it does. When you finish playing, push escape to move on. Closing doors.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Train status view. Left-hand doors closed. Open and close the doors. You can use left shift and right shift to open the left and right-hand doors, respectively. Remember to make an announcement before closing your doors to warn your passengers. Announcement key 3 is the option to do this. You can only open the doors when you're in the stop zone of a platform. More about that later. You also need to make sure you open the correct side, because opening the wrong side is a safety violation. Open and close the doors. You can use left shift and right shift. Right-hand doors closed. Rear lights off. Rear lights on. The rear lights are a set of red lights at the end of your train. They are used to ensure that trains don't run into the back of you. These lights should be on at all times. The shortcut key is R. Headlights off. Headlights on. The headlights are bright white lights at the front of your train used to see where you're going. The shortcut key is H. They should be on at all times. Destination light off. Destination light on. The destination light illuminates the destination signs on your train. Without the destination light, your passengers may not be able to read the signs and may not know where your train is going. They should be on at all times. The shortcut key is D. Mode off. Mode shunt. This is the mode switch. There are 3 modes. M is the shortcut key to change the switch. Off means the train engines are not powered, effectively not turned on. Shunt mode should be used in the depots. It gives you much finer level control over your speed. When you're in shunt mode, each change of speed increases or decreases by 1 kilometer per hour. In service is the normal mode. Each time you change your speed, it will change by 5 kilometers per hour. Ventilation off. Ventilation on. The ventilation system is needed when you are underground. It is not needed when you are above ground and you can hear those birds singing as you can breathe that lovely clean London air. The shortcut key is V. Passenger lights off. Passenger lights on. The passenger lights are the lights in the carriages. You should leave them on at all times as your passengers won't like it if they are left in the dark. The shortcut key is L. Passenger heating off. Passenger heating on. The passenger heating should be on when you are underground and off when you are above ground. Your passengers will not enjoy getting too hot or too cold. The ideal temperature is between 20 and 22 degrees. If the temperature gets less than 10 or higher than 27 degrees, an alarm will sound. The shortcut key is P. To check the current temperature, hit the T key. -7
degrees.
-7 Speed 0. Air pressure 0. Air pressure is used to open and close your doors, as well as in the braking system, and a small amount is used by the ventilation system. The air pressure must always be above 25%. To increase the air pressure, use the air compressor. Shortcut key B. Carriage temperature -4. Left-hand doors closed. There are a couple of other useful keys. A tells you how many passengers are on board. When at a station, Z will tell you how many passengers are waiting to get on. S gives you an overview of the train status. Give these three a try. Push escape to move on. 7 37 37 7. Right, let's get this train moving. First, put the train into in-service mode. Use the M key. To turn on the motors, you need to hold the dead man switch. This must be held whenever you are moving. If you let it go for longer than 5 seconds, then the emergency brakes will be applied and will not be disengaged until you have come to a complete stop. The dead man switch is held using the tab key. For those with dexterity issues who find sticky keys useful, F12 can be used as an alternative. Hit it once to engage the dead man switch, hit it again to turn it off. Your doors will not open if you are holding the dead man switch. You cannot engage the dead man switch if your doors are already open. The air pressure must be above 50% before you can engage the dead man switch. So, grab the dead man switch now. Tab or F12.
90%.
F4. The next control you need to know is the throttle control. The throttle control controls your speed. Each tap of up to increase speed or down to decrease speed will change your speed by a certain amount. Going back to the mode information from earlier, if you're in shunt mode, each change is 1 km per hour. If you're in normal service mode, then it's 5 km per hour. Try getting your speed up to 30 km an hour.
0
To depart next station at
5
10 hours 18 AM
13
5
Degrees.
22 30
external driver's cab 6
Degrees.
30. This is the speed in kilometers per hour. A shortcut key to hear this information is F1. 85%. F4 tells you the current air pressure. 8
Degrees.
All parts of the track have a speed limit. Use your up and down arrow keys to find the speed limit for this part of the track. You will hear an alarm like this if you are breaking the speed limit. Push escape when you've worked the speed limit out.
30 35
50.
40
Kilometers per hour.
F2 tells you the current
49.
speed limit. More about
55.
that as we move on. There's also a much easier way of finding out the speed limit. Just hit F2. To slow down your train, you can use the throttle control and set it to 0 by pushing your down key. If you want a more abrupt stop, the brakes can be applied. Use the space bar. Be careful not to overuse your brakes. Those passengers don't want coffee all over their laps. Try stopping now using the throttle and brakes. Push escape once you're happy and can move on.
54 48 40 42 41 40
Let's talk about how you get information. We've already found the S key, which tells you about the state of the various vehicle systems, but there's also a series of function keys that can be used to tell you about the outside world. Try pushing F1 through to F11. We already know that F12 is the dead man switch lock. See what they do. As you push your button, I'll explain what happens. When you're happy and ready to move on, push escape. 40. This is the speed in kilometers per hour. A shortcut key to hear this information is F1. 50.
Kilometers per hour.
F2 tells you the current speed limit. More about that as we move on into the school. 8,423 meters. F3 tells you the distance to the next station in meters. 73%. F4 tells you the current air pressure. 10 hours 11:0 AM. F5 tells you the current time. There are are settings in the main menu to switch between 24 and 12-hour formats. The 10 hours, 18 AM. F6 tells you the depart time at the next station. It's reported in hours and minutes. This is the depart time. You must arrive earlier than that and give time for your passengers to board your train. 30 seconds either side of the depart time is considered on time and will not impact your customer service score. 20
degrees.
Tango Sierra 523 to control. Request relief over.
523 acknowledged. A relief crew will be standing by at your next scheduled stop. Over.
F7 is used to radio the control room and ask for a relief driver. This is how you would end a route early. Leave request cancelled. F7.
Tango Sierra 523 ready to depart. Over.
523 cleared to depart. Over.
F8 asks permission to depart a depot or a station. You should not depart, pull away, until you have received clearance.
523 acknowledged.
F9 is used to acknowledge a message from the control room. Customer service score is 33. Safety score is 72. F10 tells you your current safety and customer service scores. At the start of a run, your safety score is 100%. Each time you make a safety violation, your safety score drops. Your customer service score starts at 50%. Doing the right things and keeping your customer happy will increase your score. Doing the wrong things, like making the announcements at the wrong time, overusing braking, will cause your customer service score to drop. F11 is available when there is a signal ahead. A signal alert sounds like this. When this alert is sounding, it means somewhere ahead there is a red stop signal. F11 tells you how far to the red signal and an estimate of how long in seconds before that signal goes clear. There are two final keys you can use. Try hitting the equals key. See if you can tell me what it does. Push escape to move on. The final key in this lesson is the escape key in itself. This doesn't work in the driver school, but when you're driving a route, push it to pause the game. This will present you with a menu so you can review the last 10 messages you've received. As the train is not moving and the timers are not running, it gives you a chance to look through any messages you may have missed. Push escape to unpause. Push escape now to move on to the next lesson, or use any of the keys you've been taught about in this lesson to practice. Select a lesson. Lesson 2. Stopping at a station.